Yo, what's up, fight fans? It's your boy Jay Smooth, bringing you the Ringside Beer Show, episode 30, here with
Alex. Thank you guys for joining to another episode of the Ringside Beer Show. If this is your first time, welcome. We have new videos every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. We don't miss.
Never. And
usually only for holidays.
We have our special guest returning.
Man.
Hector in the background.
Yes, sir. Bow, bow, bow.
Welcome back, Hector.
Welcome back 2 times, bro. We're going to start expecting you. I'm just
there
saying.
There you go. Let's get it.
Man, I'm so glad he's back.
Yeah, me too, man. It definitely brought a like old school vibe of just all the guys hanging out. Our last episode, man, was pretty good. So if you guys haven't checked it out, check it out, man.
Yeah, and the one before that and the one before that.
Yeah. How are you doing, man? Good?
Man, I'm doing well. Caught 3 dubs today. Not on Warzone, on Rebirth, but I'll take it. I mean, for everybody that follows, you know.
On the game?
You know what I'm talking about.
I'm back in the winning column, baby.
Back in the winning column. Oh, my God. Yeah, so I took a couple losses this weekend, but we'll get into that a little later.
Yeah. I'm just excited, man. Obviously, you guys can tell I got some cheddar in my bank account.
I lost a little cheddar, but I'm not too mad about it because, I mean, I had a good time.
Yeah.
But I didn't lose too much cheddar. That's why I'm not mad.
No, I had a blast, man. This weekend was great. I can't complain. Everything was good. The fights we can get into it during the fight recaps, but, man, I'm holding back so much.
Yeah. I can say that I feel the same. But let's get in a little bit of current events, huh?
Let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
So right here we have Dana White on pretty much TJ Dillashaw's return. He's been on Twitter because he's expected to come back pretty soon. He says about TJ Dillashaw, he's like, we're working on something for TJ Dillashaw right now that would align him up in a fight where the winner of the fight would fight for the title next. Did I read that right? Am I crazy?
Sir. Yeah,
okay.
You did. You piece of tin.
When you say it out loud, it's just like, what?
Yeah, I mean, it's just because it's so cringy to the ears because we don't want to hear that this guy's going to be fighting for a title next after. This is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I just want to let's start turning up the heat already within the first 3 minutes of the podcast. You know what? God damn it. I'm so tired of Dana White promoting TJ Dillashaw like he's some sort of like greatest thing to MMA. At the end of the day, my boy got knocked out by Cejudo. I don't care if he was juicing or not. At the end of the day, that chin was gone, taken by Henry Cejudo. And I feel that he shouldn't even be nowhere near the top. He should earn his way back. He should have at least 3 fights under him before he even is talking about competing in the top 5. All right?
Yeah.
And that's just me.
And that was before the fight with Peter Yang and Aljamain Sterling. And we'll get into that during the fight recaps, but I don't think that's going to happen for TJ Dillashaw. I think he could get a top 10 contender. Or maybe a top 5 if we're being generous.
It's an outrage
for him. But for him to jump right into title contention with the bantamweights, he's just been out for 2 years, man, and we can't expect him. He's not even ranked right now.
This is blasphemous. I'm trying to think of other big words to use. This is
word of the day, blasphemous.
This is blasphemous.
I'm
upset. Oh, my God, yeah. TJ did call out Peter Yan, but you know what? Somebody's going to have to check him. So if it's got to be someone in the top 10, I'm cool with that, too.
Yeah. I think top 10 would be most fitting for TJ Dillashaw because he was a former champion. 2 years off because of suspension for testing positive for.
Who knows how long he was juicing for, though? He just got caught that time. So, he's a cheat.
Cody Garbrandt was saying that he was juicing when they were training at the Alpha Male gym.
I'm sure, bro. It's a common thing in that sport. Yeah. It's the cycle. It's about not getting caught. There's a sport within the sport. I'm frustrated. I don't want to see it. I would like his return to be much later. Anytime later than sooner, I'm cool with that.
I mean, so I see both sides. I see your side, but I'm like, dude, he served 2 years, hasn't made any money, hasn't fought. I'm like, he served his time, to be honest.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you reward him with some.
You don't reward him with
top 10 contender. It just is ridiculous.
Well, I don't
rewarding bad behavior. You're incentivizing people to let them know it don't matter. It's cool.
Well, I'm just saying you don't reward him with a championship title shot right off the bat. I think top 10 because he was former champion. He was former champion, so you have to kind of give him a top 10 contender. You don't think so?
No,
Hector's shaking his head no. It's like, nah, you don't give him nothing.
Nah. Exactly. Yep. Well, there's a three. So there's a three-time system in baseball.
So our viewers, Hector's comparing as to baseball. If you do it once, you're pretty much out, right?
No, there's a 3-point system. So you get banned half a season for the first time. The second time, you get banned for a full season. Third time, you're done. It's a 3-strike, you're out rule in baseball. Yes, and they do include asterisks, like Hector was saying. They do include asterisks.
There's another thing, but this is the difference with baseball and MMA. MMA, you could hurt somebody. With baseball, you're just hitting the ball further and longer. Yeah. That was the 90s era.
Yeah, you're hurting your legacy and you're destroying your own body. And
so Hector's saying you destroy your legacy in the end for our viewers. I agree. You're messing up your legacy, but you're not hurting anybody. You know, you're not doing any physical contact with baseball.
I'd rather have integrity than
no. Yeah. Hold up. All right. So Hector's saying he'd rather have integrity. Okay. So you weren't telling me you were like in baseball back in the 90s when it was on fire, when everyone's hitting home runs left and right.
Mark McGuire,
Sammy. Thank you.
Barry
I'm just
Bonds.
saying. Yeah, they were all juiced to the gills. I'm just saying. But you're telling me.
None of those guys are in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they are. None of them are in the Hall of Fame.
No, they're not in the Hall of Fame. I'm just saying. But you're telling me those were not exciting times to watch baseball? No one was getting hurt?
I have an idea.
I'm just saying.
For the next podcast, we need to have him call in on the Bluetooth.
Oh, that's
and he
right.
Can use his, or maybe you can even do it now. I don't know.
So
I've never used it, but
in a few weeks we'll have another chair and we'll have Hector in here. We're just working on some things right now, little by little.
Yes.
Little by little.
All right, guys, we're gonna bring
great
this
idea.
right back into MMA because although I love baseball and I can go on for days,
I know, dude. Seriously,
I can totally go on for days. I want to talk about some putazos a la calle.
There we go. All right, well, let's continue the current events. That was for T-Day DILLASHAW. I feel like we went into this rabbit hole just because. Next, we have Khamzat Chimaev, quote unquote, retires, but then
I mean, I'm gonna take his word for it.
Well, he says it, but all right, you want to read his tweet?
Yeah, absolutely. So he says, I want to say thank you to everyone for their support and my path in this sport. I think I'm done. Yes, I know that I didn't take the belt, but this is not the most important victory in life. It may upset you, but my heart and my body tell me everything. I want to say a huge thank you to my team, All-Star Gym Sweden. I want to say thank you so much, UFC. I'm du habla.
There we go.
I think I said that right.
No, man, I right now those words are just blurring together for me. So
I'd lend you my glasses, but then I'd be blind.
No, Hector, next one.
Yes, we got to move on. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So Dana kind of spoke on this minutes afterward because he said he called him. Khamzat Chimaev, if you did not know, he's still recovering from lingering effects of COVID-19.
Yes,
and doctors are pretty much telling him to chill out, and Khamzat is not chilling out. He's not taking any rest days. So here's Dana White speaking on that. Do you want to take it?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Hector,
go back.
Hector?
There you go.
Thank you, sir. So in quotations, when he got here, the doctors took care of him, and they put him on a prednisone, which is nasty fucking steroid. So he's on prednisone, and he's supposed to be taking this thing and chilling, relaxing, and letting himself recover. He went in and fucking trained today, felt like shit, and got super emotional, and he posted that. He's not supposed to be training, but this guy's a savage. He wants to fight like every fucking weekend. Now, he can't even train. So he's got an emotional, and he got emotional, and he posted that. But he ain't quitting.
Yeah. And I love how Dana just talks about it. Hold up, guys. Khabib ain't retired. He ain't retired. No one's retiring. No one's leaving. But
I don't think anybody's calling Dana daddy, so I don't think they're going to respond to that. I mean, Dana can only speak on the fighter so much. I think he's incentivizing them like, hey, don't worry, don't quit. It'll get better, blah, blah, blah. But, I don't know, man.
But we haven't. So this news came out early last week. I think it was like on Tuesday after we uploaded. But, he hasn't said anything else since then. Khamzat has been just quiet since then. So
I'm pretty sure he's trying to honor his wish of retiring. He probably doesn't feel good, bro.
No, I think he's actually resting. I don't think he's just. I think his entire team is like, yo, chill out, take some rest, see how you feel after you recover. If you still feel like you want to retire, retire. If not, then just give it a minute.
Yeah, it's tough because he wants to go.
Yeah, he wants to go.
He's got the foot on the gas.
Yeah, and it's just him recovering from COVID. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got next? We have Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor 3 updates.
Boo. Don't you say.
All right, so we have Dana White here. He says, Conor's ready to roll. Conor wants to fight again. He wants the rematch with Dustin Poirier, and he wants it as soon as possible. We're working on it. Hopefully this summer.
Dana, just because that's what he wants does not mean you give that man what he wants. This is a bit ridiculous. To me, I'm a bit confused as to why we're rewarding the losing fighter. Like, why are you going to give Dustin Poirier the same person again after he dominated him? And it wasn't controversial. It wasn't close. It was an ass whooping. Dustin whipped his ass. So I'm so frustrated that we're rewarding Conor like this, you know? Maybe he's hurting for the money. And I don't know, man. I'm just not trying to throw those vibes out there.
Nah,
I'm just saying.
He's not hurting for no money.
I don't know, guy.
Well, it's 1-1. He knows that I just don't understand why he doesn't want to take the Nate Diaz fight, because that would be an easier fight to come back to. Still have a trilogy. Then you can have
what
Dustin
I'm
fight.
saying. And it's just more logical. Like, at the end of the day, you cannot have these guys keep fighting each other even after one wins, you know?
Yeah, no, Dustin needs to... Well, he's doing it for the money, too. He's doing it for his charity. It's going to be more money for him. He knows he can beat Conor pretty fast.
I know Dustin's trying to take the payday. But once again, I paid for the first one. I ain't paying for the second one.
Oh, you mean the third one?
Whatever, bro.
The
most recent one.
Yeah, we had Conor tweeting. He says, guys, I'm going to check the leg kick. And then Dustin Poirier's all, he says, I'm not throwing kicks, just headbutts next time.
I mean, I respect Dustin for trying to keep it comical.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Conor's trying to be funny. But, I mean, in reality, if he tries to shoot and he leads with the head, that's it. You could land a couple headbutts or two, you know. I
think the UFC is just trying to, any which way possible, to Conor get the belt back.
I mean, I get it, but goddamn, man. It just bums me out. Because it just takes away from Oliveira. It takes away from Michael Chandler. It takes away from Justin Gaethje. It takes away from Dustin Poirier himself. I mean, this is just hair in the drain, clogging up the division.
If they make the third fight, they have to make it for the belt. If they're just making it a third fight just for the heck of it, what's the point? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not fair for Dustin. He's entitled to fight for that belt.
Right.
Khabib needs to either say, hey,
I'm
done.
Fork it over.
But Dana said they're having a dinner this week.
Maybe, hopefully, just to get back that belt. Because I'm sick and tired of hearing about is Khabib coming back. Nobody wants to see Khabib back because all these guys lost to Khabib. So I ain't trying to see that. Stay retired, bro. Khabib, go up to 170. You should have fought GSP. That fight's gone. Call it a night, my dude. You know what I'm saying? Just call it a night, bro.
Yeah.
That's just my feeling, bro.
All right. What do we have? Oh, we have...
we got Conor still.
Connor still. He still tweeted away.
He tweeting away, reflecting on his career.
What's
and he says, done it all, still here. Ha!
What did Nate say to this?
I fucked you up and you never got it back. And you acted like you did. Now you get a rematch every time you get your ass beat like a spoiled little bitch. I've done it all and I'm still here. Plus the guy who just beat your ass is a scared little bitch. Also, fuck you both.
I love Nate Diaz, man. He just keeps it real. He's like, both of you guys.
Yeah, he really did. You know, I have a problem with that statement. It's like, Conor, you have done it all except for defend those belts.
Oh.
Damn. Let's keep it 100, boys. Let's keep it 100, boys.
That's actually true. That's so true.
I'm not over here just talking shit. I'm speaking facts. I love Conor. And when he was going through the peak, I mean, there was nothing like it. But we just got to know, like, you know what I'm saying? Just read the room. You feel me? Like, you know where we're at, bro. Dana White, stop it, bro. Like, as a purist, it frustrates me, man, because I'm like, come on now. This is not the fight to make. Dustin Poirier deserves a title shot. Justin Gaethje just lost the title against Khabib. Make them two fight. That's the fight I want to see for the belt. Run it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Michael Chandler, Oliveira, run that fight. That's a good fight, too. Let's clean up this division a little bit. I'm sick of the hair in the drain.
Declutter, like my boy says, like my boy Smooth says. Declutter.
Come on, guys. Enough with the hoarding. All right?
No.
I'm tired of hoarding all this Conor McGregor money. All right?
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor.
Yeah, he was a big fan, yeah. No, he's
it's not that. It's not that I'm not a fan
So Hector,
anymore.
for the fan, for our viewers listening, Hector says to Jason, he's like, "Hey, weren't you a big Conor McGregor fan years ago?"
I was.
He was. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I was. Once again, when he was at
hopped
his
on the
peak,
train,
bro, yeah,
and then
I
he
hopped
hopped
on the
off.
train, and I
Yeah.
did hop off. I can't lie to you. I did hop off.
Yeah.
I hopped off around.
He's trying to get some workouts. You know, he's hopping on this train, hopping off,
not
hop
even
on the
that,
John
bro.
Jones.
It's not even that, boy.
Jump off
It's
that.
more like we hop on the train to get some more kills, bro. We going where they take us to the hot drops. That's
we
all
go.
I'm saying.
There we go.
Listen,
Your
look,
war zone comparisons over here.
I had a
You know, I'm
good
trying to
day
get the
today.
gulag over here. I'm trying to get the loadout.
we stay out the gulag, boy, but we win those.
Anywho,
Nevertheless, look, all I'm saying is that Conor was great at the time. I got off the train after he lost to Floyd Mayweather. I was like, all right, cool, I'm good. And for ever since then, I kind of just expected Conor to like sizzle down, simmer down,
which is kind of what's happening.
which is
now.
exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't want him to see. It's not that I don't want to see him succeed. I do, but I just know where we're at. You look at him, I can see it from a mile away. You
Yeah.
know, and that's just my thing.
Well, his peak was back in 2014, 2015.
It's like a certain type of fans with Conor, they will ride or die. It's like the Cowboy fans, for
Yeah.
football. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I respect it. Or
Well-
like Raiders fans.
Well, that's why Dana White's doing it, because he knows that's his biggest cash cow right now. So
Right.
you have to.
You're sucking the lemon dry.
There's no one
Squeezing
compared
it
to
dry.
Conor McGregor. I see Hector looking up like, no.
Yeah,
there's
nobody
no one compared. As far as pay-per-view wise,
Yeah.
Khabib is the only other one who's come close because they fought each other. That's it.
Yep. No,
No,
John Jones.
John
doesn't
Jones
pull
not even-
nowhere near.
Nowhere
Although
near
he
those
does
numbers.
create so much controversy.
Yeah, John
and he has
Jones.
some of the realest fans. He
his-
doesn't have the biggest fan base.
His biggest pay-per-view, I believe, was the one with DC,
Can you
the
look
second
that up?
one.
Let's look that up. Let's look up John Jones' biggest pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm pretty
And
sure.
then
it was
let's look
that.
up Conor McGregor's, bro. And that'll just show you the massive difference between the two fighters. Now, John Jones is the greatest fighter of all time.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, that doesn't equal to revenue and seats. It just don't.
I think he was making more money when he was sponsored by Nike, but obviously that all
think the
fell
biggest
through.
I think the biggest fight was like John Jones versus Daniel Cormier, the first one.
No, it
Maybe
was
the
the
second
second
one?
one. Yeah, they put way more production into it. Like I knew fans at work or casual fans at work that knew about that,
That
second
was
fight.
such a time to be a fight fan. Oh my God, the rivalry and
Yo.
the beef was.
Oh, don't
Hella
even get me
real.
started, because it was at that time me and you went to Anaheim.
Yeah, bro, we
Yeah.
saw it.
Oh, look, even Hector was like, "Yeah, I don't want to get into it. I don't even want to get into that one.
Yeah.
We don't even have to on this podcast." Yeah.
And
And
we'll leave
Lewis,
it off
I'm
the
saving you from the show.
podcast. Yeah, I won't even. Yeah.
Were they? All right, so Hector, what was
But
the
I do
numbers?
remember. McGregor versus Khabib, 229 UFC,
2.4 million. Yeah,
pay-per-view.
pay-per-view buys.
John Jones.
Cormier too.
Versus Cormier 2. 800,000.
So that's his
That
highest.
goes to show you, bro.
That
Couldn't
shows
even
you.
crack 1 mil in pay-per-view buys, let alone Conor McGregor cracks 2 plus. So it just two massive different fighters, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Typology.
Tapology for the info. Shout out.
Yeah. Shout
All
out.
right, guys. Now let's get into the next slide. So the UFC got into some more cuts, and they
Yep.
cut off a couple cats that I ain't mad seeing go.
Oh, really?
Not at
So,
all.
all right. So here let's get into it. UFC has parted ways with Dos Santos and Overeem. Junior Dos Santos and Alistair Overeem were recently informed of the release by the promotion. Sources confirmed to Ariel Helwani. Dos Santos broke the news himself on Instagram, while MMA Junkie first reported Overeem's release.
So, I don't blame them for cutting these cats right now. They both had some fights left on their contract. Like Dana White says, happens here every week. I think the coolest thing about it is just like the way they handled it, the way they responded on Twitter. Like, for example, Junior Dos Santos here responded here. He said, "Thanks, UFC, for a great 12 years. I fought through MMA's murderer's row to get my shot at the belt. Holding and defending it was one of the greatest honors of my life. Thank you to every opponent. Thanks to every fan and every critic. I'm going to spend some time back at the drawing board, but I'm excited to move on. Winky face, boxing glove, eyes, OSS. I speculate that he may take a venture into this boxing, maybe against a YouTuber or something. Possibly take that money fight. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, he could pretty much do everything. He already, former UFC champion.
And he handled it well. I mean,
I understand why they cut him. He lost 4 in a row. He's also one of the, as far as a veteran, the longer you've been there, the more money you make. And for him not to be winning and being paid so much money, because he's been there for a long time, big name.
Yeah.
And, times are tough. UFC is just cutting left and right.
Speaking of a big name, I mean, when they cut Alistair Overeem, I'm sure they saved a pretty penny or two as well.
Yeah.
Because this guy fights often. But he even responded with, the final run has come to an end. But what a run it has been. Looking back at my 10 years in the UFC, this has been the experience of a lifetime. Huge thank you to the entire UFC staff, the fans, and all the fighters I came across. Couldn't have wished for any other better career path. A special thank you to Dana White and Lorenzo Fertitta for making everything possible. Fighting for all of you has been such an honor.
Yeah, thank you,
dude.
Overeem.
What a gangster. He has so many fights that you could just look back at and you're like, this dude's a straight G, OG from day one, and he put in his time, and I'm glad he did his thing, and I'm glad the UFC parted ways, because now it's time for the fresh meat to come in, boy.
Yeah, the new heavyweight division. They need they need to bring in more talent because, Dos Santos was on a losing streak. Overeem, also, it was like a hit and miss. He was also on a losing streak, but he would hit, he would lose 2, win 1, lose, a few more.
He would just stay around, just enough to stay around, But they got to get that heavyweight division percolating, get it bubbling, get it sizzling.
Get it sizzling and bubbling.
Get it dripping.
Get it dripping.
It's like some beer on a
there we go. Where are we going with this?
I have an idea.
A little drizzle here?
I have an idea, guys.
You have a little idea. What is it?
I think we should shout out our sponsors.
There we go. Some Ringside beer. Well, let's get right into it.
Ringside Beer, since 2012, committed to bringing fight fans quality lagers and ales. Ringside Beer is proud to offer fresh beer in both 16-ounce cans and on draft. Look for our flagship American-style lager, Irish-style red ale, or any of our other beers in your area. Shop at ringsidebeerstore.com for t-shirts, hats, and tab handles. Get in touch at ringsidebeerstore.com. Get in the ring. Ringside Beer.
Dun, 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 dun. For all our viewers, you can get an extra 25% off when you visit the ringsidebeerstore.com. Just enter promo code The Ringside Beer Show. And enjoy that.
Sorry, bro.
It's all right. Enjoy the 25% off. And thank you for supporting the channel on YouTube. So
these tap handles are a must-have.
It's a must.
I'm just saying. The office.
Dude. All right, let's get into the meat and greedy of the show. The UFC 259 fight recaps, and we're going to start off with
some bull crap. That's what we're going to start off
Peter
with.
Young versus Aljamain Sterling. Let's get right into it here.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Now, quick overview. We both picked Aljamain Sterling. I thought it was 2. I thought he won the first 2, and then Peter Young was coming back 3 and 4.
Yes.
And Peter Young decided to throw that illegal knee to the dome of Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah. Now, we had Hector ask us a couple questions off camera because he's not too sure on what the definition of a down fighter is, and in certain times, not to put you on blast, bro.
Yeah.
but yeah, we all got, once you learn it, it's interesting.
Yeah.
But in certain areas, down fighter changes. But, in this athletic commission, one knee is considered a down fighter. Doesn't have to have hands down. So that the crazy thing about it was, as soon as that knee was thrown, I think everybody in the building just felt like, no. No, that was not right. That was not right.
Even before the knee was thrown, when Aljamain Sterling was on the floor, obviously with one knee down, Peter Yan had both his hands like on his head.
Yeah, he
And,
had him like
wasn't
setting him up for that. Just
didn't you like? I feel like I counted like maybe 3, 4, 5 seconds of him just thinking about it, and I was
solid
just like,
commitment. Yeah,
and I was like, wait, he's not gonna throw it. There's no way he's gonna throw it. He should know the rules. There's no way. And he throws it, and I was like, oh my gosh. And my dad was going for Peter Yan, and he was like, oh, I won. I was like, nope. He got disqualified hands down. He's like, what? Why? I'm like, you can't knee a downed opponent.
Now, back in the day, that's some gangster ass stuff, all right? And excuse my language, but, a fight's a fight, right?
Yeah.
En la calle, todo bien, compa.
Yeah.
But, in this ring, we have rules and obligations to follow,
Yeah.
And you just don't need a downed opponent like that. And, I mean, as soon as he threw it, he was just like,
Yeah, I mean, not only Aljamain Sterling couldn't even recover, it took him a while. He was blinking. I felt so bad for him when he was getting the belt wrapped around his waist. You can see in this image right here.
Yeah, man, it just broke.
He was crying. He was getting his belt. I mean, no fighter ever wants to win by disqualification.
At all.
And he's the very first fighter to win a UFC belt by disqualification. So, I mean, there's no way any champion wants to win like that.
Do you think he pulls a highway robbery and is like, I'm not fighting Jan next?
Well, you heard about what's happening, right?
No, please.
Okay, so DC was talking about how, Aljamain Sterling was crying. He threw the belt down right away, first reactions. Then, off camera, because no one else, it wasn't on, we weren't watching this, but apparently a bunch of fighters or people in the promotion were sending photos to DC, how he was like raising the belt all high afterwards. Like, oh, I got the belt. Like, look, I got the belt now, right? This is according to DC on the DC Ariel Helwani show from today. So there's a lot of people who are like, hey man,
I love it.
We saw you kind of like, hey, you were a little bit sad and all that stuff. What was up with that? And
you know who else flops? LeBron James. But he's still the greatest guy of all time. I'm just saying.
Anywho, let's get it.
You gotta sell it, bro. You gotta be.
You gotta milk that. So apparently that's what happened behind the scenes. I don't know. I wasn't there. So I'm just taking it off like
very interesting
face value. I just wanted to throw that in there because that's what DC was saying on the Ariel Helwani show. DC and Ariel Helwani. So here we go. Let's go into what Aljamain Sterling said post-fight.
He says, "Not the way I ever want to win a fight. It was close, competitive, and filled with action. I felt the knee was intentional, especially after the ref announced I was a down opponent, so I didn't expect to be hit. Jan is a bad dude. We will do it again. UFC 259.
Now, there's some video surfacing of him and Henry Cejudo facing off. They're kind of teasing the fans that he's not going to give it to Peter Yan, but whatever. I mean, that's whatever it is.
I wouldn't mind seeing Cejudo come back.
And we'll get into that because he also added to the post-fight tweets and stuff. But here,
boy's on. He's wilding.
We have the former champ, Peter Yan, saying, I apologize and wish speedy recovery to Aljamain Sterling. I didn't mean to throw an illegal strike. I just made a big mistake and paid for it. Which is, you know what? He's owning up to it. He's like,
yeah, no, he's acknowledging the wrong, and what he did. My question is, do you think he's going to get that belt back? It's tough because, to lose it like that, I don't know, man. It's like it just leaves that little stigma on you, I mean, good luck. I don't know.
Peter Yan was winning third, fourth, decisively. I guarantee if they went to the fifth round, Peter Yan would have put Aljamain Sterling away.
Maybe now that he has some training, though.
Aljamain Sterling was winning the first two, though. Like
just get him and just wrap him up or something.
And for me, I felt like Aljamain Sterling was kind of like too fidgety. Like he was moving way too much, burning so much energy.
Too much in the moment.
Right? Like I felt like
way too much in the moment.
Like, dude, calm down, man. Like, calm down. Maybe the prelim. All right, so this is my overall thoughts of UFC 259. The early prelims, the preliminary fight, all leading up to the pay-per-view, right? We're just phenomenal. They were just great.
Just back and forth.
And I was just telling you, dude, like every single fight was either a knockout, a stoppage, a submission, or something where it was just making I'm like, dude, this pay-per-view is going to be crazy, crazy good. And then we start the pay-per-view, and I'm like, like I felt like
super
let
down,
right? But the fight started picking up, And, with Peter Yan and Aljamain Sterling, this is the fight that I wanted to see, where it was, Aljamain Sterling won the first two, Peter Yan won the second, the third, and the fourth, and it was going to be an all-out brawl. Everyone, we were tied up. Let's go into the fifth round. And then, Peter Yan just messed up big and lost his belt. That's it.
He did, Yeah, and my boy responded. He said, Aljamain came in great shape. He fought forward every second of that fight. Not his fault. He illegally kneed. Congratulations, champion. You did it. That's my boy John Jones. And Peter Yan even responded. He said, Anthony Smith should have taken your title. Hand to the face.
Shaking my head. Look at that.
I mean, shit. That was a close competitive fight.
Yeah, but Anthony Smith could have won that belt. You know that, right? If Anthony Smith would have said, "Hey, I can't continue," John Jones would have lost that belt by DQ.
I know.
Even John Jones said, "Hey, man, I need to buy Anthony Smith a beer or something because he could have easily taken the belt the easy way out." But
there's a big difference though on the strike. Yeah. As per se, Aljamain Sterling took a knee to the head, and
that was intentional. John Jones didn't do it intentionally though. So.
Exactly, and the ref kind of allowed you to play into that. He just made sure. He made sure.
Well, let's be real, man.
As soon as it happened, kept you down,
Aljamain Sterling is so lucky that it was in the face that the knee landed, not on the temple, because it could have been way more serious. That's where I'm like, you know what? Aljamain Sterling is very lucky to be alive.
Straight up.
All right. We have, speaking about Henry Cejudo, King of Cringe.
The King of Cringe.
You want to read this one?
Yes, sir. He said, "Hey, Jan, you need me to come back to save this division? That knee was more illegal than TJ Dillashaw's urine. Also, your defense is worse than the Capitol building. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, you bend the knee. Legally, of course. You all suck. TJ Dillashaw, Aljamain, Peter Yan. God damn.
The King of Cringe. The King of Cringe.
Hey, he does have some good responses,
Dude, that was a great comeback right there.
It was. And then TJ Dillashaw responded on the fight, and he says, and the Oscar goes to Fake Master for the best actor in title fight, and Peter Yan needs a crash course in the rules of the sport he was once champion in. Hey, Petra, you're a cheater too, bitch.
All right. I don't even get why TJ Dillashaw said that.
He's just trying to develop some
but another thing, we know you're the cheater, so what? You're outing yourself again? Hey, Peter, now you're a cheater too.
No, you're a cheater too. Cheater, pumpkin eater.
Come on, you're a cheater like me, man.
Yeah. I don't get it, bro.
Where are these voices coming?
I can't stand TJ Dillashaw, and I think the way he's responding and he's just immature, and I cannot stand the UFC for even allowing this bullcrap to occur.
All right, and then Aljamain Sterling replies to that.
You cheated your entire UFC career, and you have the balls to call someone an actor? You lost your manhood when you decided to inject yourself so that you can actually compete. I hope Sandhagen tools you like he did to you in practices before.
Ooh, Corey Sandman Hagen. That'd be a great fight to come back to.
I think Sandman will bleep TJ Dillashaw up.
Yeah, I think so too, man.
I think the chin is gone. I think dude's been out for too long. 2 years, too long.
Yeah, no, that's
1
actually
year,
a great fight.
whatever.
Now, maybe
2 years, too long.
Aljamain Sterling just released a little news that wasn't supposed to be out.
You know what? Yeah, he might have. So
yeah.
So Cejudo even got back in the mix, and he said he got concussed and he couldn't fight, but he could conduct a full ass interview and tweet after. This is why an Olympic gold medal is the greatest accomplishment an athlete can do. But hey, Funk Master MMA, at least you know you could make it in Hollywood, and I'm not even hating. And then Sterling replied, "Cool."
Aljamain Sterling. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, so Hector's saying that Aljamain Sterling was wearing the belt afterwards on his shoulder, rocking it. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying earlier. There was, he was so devastated, but then afterwards, off camera, he was rocking the belt. Hey, man, look what I just snagged up here. Yeah. And then. I know, right?
Yeah, taking a shot with the belt.
All right. What do we got next?
I respect it.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's get into the next fight because enough of this nonsense shenanigans.
Yeah, that Peter Yang fight, Aljamain Sterling was. I mean, dude, it was just so
shenanigans.
I mean,
blasphemous.
I won all the fights. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he did.
And we were on Instagram, and I was interacting with some of the followers, and I met. I was talking to someone else that also does an MMA podcast, and he asked me, he was like, "Hey, who are you going for?" I picked Aljamain Sterling, Amanda Nunes, and John Blachowicz. I was like, I'm not 100%, but those are who I'm going for.
Yep.
Called every single one right.
So what happens when you hang out with me a little too much?
But
starts rubbing off on you.
But me and you were saying, we're like, hey, man, did I win this one because this was a shit show and things all went wrong and I ended up winning this, or did I just get lucky and call this?
Excuse me. Woo, old man Jay.
Yeah.
I honestly felt like it was a loss because I'm like, I can't take this win. Just like he felt like he couldn't take the belt, I couldn't take the dub. It was just like,
dude, I took the dub. I was like, hello. Hey, I was like, I'm back at the. I sent you a text with Jim Carrey as a mask with the money like this. I was like, where's my money at, baby? I'm back winning.
Win's a win.
A win's a win. Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning. All right.
Straight up.
All right, here we go.
First or last.
Let's
Ricky
go.
Bobby.
Let's go right into our co-main event, which is Amanda Nunes versus Megan Anderson.
Yeah.
Exactly how pretty much we thought. Dude, this fight ended so fast.
It ended before she even walked into the arena. So when she was walking out, bro, the UFC posted a little clip of her walking. Bro, I ain't never seen anybody more pale in my life. It looked like she had the life scared out of her. She had the life scared out of her, okay? She was so afraid to go in there. That's just literally how it looked. I mean, perception's reality.
Yeah, even when they were, when they had just started, you could see the fear in Megan Anderson.
Just
granted, she might not have been
energy.
afraid. I'm just saying there was something there. Like, you could read it.
Call it respect. Call it fear. Call it what you want.
Yeah. The lights were bigger.
Blood.
Yeah.
I smelled blood as soon as she came swimming around. She entered the ring.
Not only she could have easily knocked her out, but I felt like Amanda Nunes was nice and submitted her.
Yeah, she was.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's how you know there's levels to this. She took her down. She was just like, "No, I'm gonna do it this way."
Yeah,
because I don't want to hurt you. And I'm sure that's
exactly how it happened. Like, you know what? You could have easily got on top and rocked her even more. Because she did land a few rights, rocked Megan Anderson. They fell on the floor. I felt like Amanda Nunes could have continued and, landed those vicious shots. But she decided to submit her and, kind of like save her some face,
I just felt like Megan Anderson wasn't going to throw but like maybe two, 3 strikes in that fight because she looked so afraid, bro. It just I hate to be like that, but it's how it looked, like she had dead arms or something. It was just like super lack of energy and emotion and just like did not want to be there.
One thing I can add to is I completely forgot we bet on this fight until you text me saying like, "Oh, you ready for?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Nothing.
Dude, he was like, "Oh no, we got to bet on Amanda Nunes. You got Amanda Nunes and I got Megan Anderson." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay." He's like, "It was $10." I was like, I did not even remember that. At all. I remember we did bet on because I had bets with him, I had bets with my brother, and I had bets with my dad. And I was like, so I just had bets everywhere, and I didn't recall that we bet on this specific fight.
That's how you know when Alex is feeling good. When he's making bets with everybody, don't make a bet with the guy.
I'm on a heater. I was on a heater on UFC259, dude. What's that?
He was on a losing streak.
I was on a losing streak, but I'm back on it, dude. I'm back on it, man. That's how it happens.
1 week might be a fluke, though. You never know.
You never know. All right, we have Megan Anderson post fight. She says this game has the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. This was one we wanted to win, but it's the fight game. We'll be back.
Yeah, I don't know. Just it felt like the will to win was not there.
That's it. She cleared up the 145 division, hands down. 135 pretty much cleaned out, except for Juliana Pena, who's been tweeted, Dana White.
I would love to see that fight.
But the thing, so her fight with Holly Holm fell through. Just got announced today, like it just fell through. She wants to fight her. She's the only person calling out Amanda Nunes for that title. She's the only one. No one else is calling her out. Like, hey, I
would love to see it.
Yes, but
I know it's too early. I know.
Yeah. Do I think Juliana Pena is going to win? No.
I just feel like somebody's going to catch Amanda Nunes. This is bound to happen.
this is the thing, Shevchenko, but Shevchenko doesn't want to move up.
Eventually,
and Shevchenko is the only one who made the fight competitive. Granted, she fought Nunes twice. Nunes won twice, but the second fight was so competitive where I thought Shevchenko won the second one, hands down. I didn't think Nunes won. So there's a trilogy there. That would be a fitting trilogy.
Volkanovski stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know. It is what it is, but
they should let the fans pick.
They should, but it is what it is.
Nah, that'd be super messed up.
No, because then we get Ben Askren in here and all this. We can't have that happen. You can't have that. Anyways, Congratulations, Amanda Nunes. And I saw her baby. Her baby is so cute.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Let's go into the main event. John Blachowicz versus Israel Adesanya.
What a technical fight.
And I said it. I did not even want to bet more than $5 on this fight. But, I ended up betting more with my brother, too.
So you like that.
But, John was able to take him down 4th and 5th round pretty easily. The power was there. Didn't knock him out. But did you see him in the 3rd round? He rocked out Adesanya. He almost had him out. What
is crazy
Look
about this
at
fight,
that.
Yeah, that's a
look at
shot, bro.
Look at the
it's a knuckle sandwich.
Dude.
Oh, John Jones said that's the screensaver on the back of his computer. Sup with it.
That's what Hector said.
That's tight. What really trips me out about this fight here is the total amount of strikes. Jan threw twice as many strikes as Israel Adesanya did. So Jan threw 184 and Adesanya threw 99 total strikes. It's fascinating to me because that's the difference in the fight. And 3 takedowns for Jan. So
I think that
goes to show you that's how much
that was the deciding factor. Now, did you agree with the judges that the last 2 rounds they gave a 10-8 for John? I didn't. No. Heck no.
A 10-8 is an ass whooping, and that should not have happened. That should not have happened.
Those are 10-9s, easy. This is a regular 10-9 round.
Yeah, it's just a regular 10-9 round, and I would say it was even still close and competitive. I was frustrated with that.
Yeah.
Because then, it's like you just take away the respect of both fighters at that point.
Yeah. You know what? Congratulations, John. I don't think he went over to DC and said, now I'm a champion. Because they didn't give him the credit when he won the belt versus Dominic Reyes, because John Jones vacated the belt, but there was the big old super fight versus Adesanya versus John Jones. If Adesanya would have won this,
he defended the belt, and I mean that to me that's what makes you a champion. When you get the belt and you keep the belt.
Yeah.
So
congratulations, seriously, man. He well deserved. Super nice guy, brand new father. You know what? Like he says, put the respect on my name.
Yes, sir. Get that little red ruby on your belt. Keep getting them.
To have Adesanya as your first red ruby, dude, that's a pretty big name right there, man.
Setting the bar real high.
Now, he also, Hector, can you move to the next slide? John Blachowicz said that I need a minimum half a year break. If he wants to wait a little bit longer, Glover Teixeira will be my next opponent. Now, Glover Teixeira has been slowly climbing up the rankings. Obviously, he fought John Jones. He fought, who else did he fight? I'm
surprised he wasn't cut in this week's cuts.
Who was? No, I know, right? But he is one of the top contenders. But who was the fight? Was it Overeem or
Gustafson?
Was it Gustafson where he lost his tooth? Where Glover Teixeira had his tooth knocked out during the fight, and it just you see it fly out of the arena.
I can't recall what fight that was.
Oh man, I don't know.
Hector's checking for us.
But do I agree with it? You know what? I feel like John is not chasing. Oh, I need him to get the heavyweight belt, or he's not doing it. He's gonna be the 205-pound champ. He's gonna retain it, and he's gonna be there for the long run.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who else is going to come take it from him.
Well, I don't think Glover Teixeira will take it. But you know what? He's giving the division the respect as far as hey, you know what? This is my division. You're next in line. I'm going to give you the chance. I never fought you before, so let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think Glover Teixeira is going to win it, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, just goes to show you they don't really have much options. But Adesanya speaks post-fight at the press conference, and he says, "I'm sorry I let you down, but if you want to hop off the hype train, bro. Get the fuck off the hype train. We're just stopping for a little gas, understand? You can get the fuck off. But if you want to stick with me. And trust me, I'll show you a good time. It's going to be a fun ride.
That's good, man. Even after the fight, he said that he was going to go jump down to 185, back to his division. He will be back at light heavyweight. He doesn't need to add way more muscle. He needs to put way more weight if he's really going to go up to 205. And
dare to dream is like he said, and I'm not mad at it. I think he just needs to reign at 185 for the rest of the time and continue to build that legacy. And then, maybe once, that super fight's there again, you can run that back. But you got to win like 2 or 3 more times, defend that belt. Then you could be able to go up and try to challenge again.
If John Jones gets the heavyweight belt, because we still have to wait to see if he even gets it, because we don't even know. We don't even know if that's going to be too much weight for him. But John Jones is probably doing it right, where he's taking so much time to put on the weight, put on the muscle, and be a real contender at heavyweight division.
I'm excited, man. I'm so pumped to see what John can do.
Yeah, because if he gets a belt, I feel like Adesanya will be more serious and put more weight on. And
I lost a lot of faith after this. I mean, I think in his division where he's at, he could hold it down and he could retain. I think just moving up, I'm not a fan. And I think John Jones is just a bigger, better dude. Straight up. Even the older John.
A bigger fighter, that's it.
Even the older John.
All right, so we have here, Israel Adesanya says, if I was going to lose to anyone, what better guy to lose to than a guy like John, a classy champion? If I was going to lose to anyone, I'm glad I lost to him.
Yeah, straight up. I mean, I agree with that statement. Yeah. Jan is such a good dude. He's like, it's nice to listen to his interviews because he's so friendly. He's just a friendly guy.
He's like a straight up blue collar guy. If you were to put him in a category, just blue collar guy, comes into work, beats some ass, go home to the family.
Yep, kick ass, take names, and bounce. And I really like how Adesanya's handling this loss well. He even says, I lost in kickboxing, I've lost in boxing, I've lost in life, I've lost in love, I've lost in family, life. You just don't win all the time.
And that's so true, man.
Facts.
That's real.
Yeah, bro. And so, I mean, it's about wins and losses. You take your wins in stride and you take your L's with pride, and it's just what you do.
Yeah, man. Well, after the post-fights, after the fight, we had so many little trolls on Twitter. We had Paulo Costa saying, Adesanya, were you drunk too?
Shut up, Acosta.
Now, Israel Adesanya during his interview, post-fight interview, he was saying that, I didn't get enough sleep. And Bruce Buffer handed him a tequila. He's like, well, if I had this, I would have probably slept good. He's all, that's... And he cracked a joke where Adesanya was saying that this is why I lost the fight, because you didn't get enough rest. He's like, just kidding, guys. Just kidding.
Yeah. It's just funny because, I don't like Paulo Costa's acknowledgement of his wrongdoings. You made up some nonsense by saying you were drunk or all that, whatever. Don't try to poke fun at it.
And not only that, he said he tweeted, he's like, oh, sober Paulo Costa is undefeated still. I'm like,
God, shut up.
I know, just like someone just take his phone, pull
the plug on this guy. Somebody pull the air out this guy.
All right. We have John Jones. What did he say?
He said, I'm imagining that super fight is off the table. No more distractions.
Woo.
That's my dog, bro. It's my dog.
And then he just went on. He was tweeting left or right, man, because if he knows Adesanya would have won, this would have been big. Obviously, he picked John to win. He actually called 2 rounds, but anyways, John Jones continues tweeting.
Can't wait to make this bitch eat his words. Yeah, never mind. That's not even worth my time. If you ever wrote me talking shit about Izzy beating me, slap yourself. Straight up, bro. Slap yourself.
I don't know, man. I thought it was a good fight. I did not even agree with the judges on this one
at all,
where it was they gave 4 rounds to John. I was like, John Blachowicz, and I'm like, no, I thought that was also 2-2
going in the 5th. Yeah,
5th, right?
2-2 going into the 5th.
I thought that's what it was.
You gotta. I don't know. We gotta rewatch it. Maybe we're a little biased.
Probably because I think we were expecting way more. So we were.
Jan was counter striking amazing. So
he was, and he was patient. He wasn't. He wasn't sprinting to get the KO. He was taking his time, landing the jabs, countering when needed to counter.
Strong.
Yeah, and just and then started implementing his takedowns and won the fight pretty easily. Once he knew he could take him down, that was it. And I told my dad, I was like, watch, once he takes him down, it's game over, baby. It's game over.
Good luck trying to get that weight off you. And as he kept trying to throw and push and
when you have that much more weight, when someone's on top of you with way more weight, like what is it, 40 pounds difference
like that
during the fight?
A little something like that.
Yeah, can you imagine trying to fight someone 40 pounds? And we're not talking like just like weight. We're talking muscle. Another fighter 40 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
Now that's
good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Anyways. He lost. So Hector, great. He's talking about Glover Teixeira when he lost his tooth. He lost it to Anthony Rumble Johnson. Yeah, who also in a different fight said his teeth were falling out. Yeah. All right. Well, UFC 259 was pretty good. The preliminaries, and the pay-per-view was kind of...
It was sufficient. Just a bunch of nonsense.
It was, I would say, probably, I would give it like a 7, to be honest.
Yeah, I would grade it a B minus.
Yeah, it wasn't like the greatest. It had the potential, though, from the early preliminary card, it had the potential being one of the greatest cards ever. And then I felt like the pay-per-view just kind of just was blah, whatever.
The air was let out the balloon a little bit.
Yeah. All right. That concludes that. Let's get into some fight announcements. These were fights that were announced this week, over the week. We have Derek Brunson versus Kevin Holland.
Let's go.
March 20th. That will be a fight night on ESPN Plus.
Early picks.
Holland. He's just on a heater right now.
Holland.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just going to go with the guys on heaters.
Trailblaze to the top.
All right. We have, we spoke about this one last week, but they came with the teaser poster just out today. So this is Zhang versus Nami Nunes, UFC 261, April 24th. On Saturday.
Let's go, bro. And I'm pumped for that. I just watched that free fight with Joanna and Zhang Lee. Rewatch that fight, guys. The fourth round. Oh my God, bro. Makes your hair stand up.
Fight of the year, man.
And hopefully this Rose versus Zhang Lee fight is the next best thing.
And I got Rose all day. I know we did a bet on it.
I'm picking Zhang.
I know, what was it, a $20 bet?
20 to bones.
Well, I'm guaranteed I'm willing to put more on that one if you want to, but
30 bones.
Let's do 30 bones. I'm down for that. It'll probably go up as the closer we get to April 24th.
40 bones.
But on that same card, Shevchenko versus Andrade. Of course, I got Shevchenko if you want to put another $100 on that one.
No, I got Shevchenko.
Oh, what?
I got Shevchenko.
I was just kidding. Yeah, I
ain't a fool.
I think we both have Shevchenko on that one. Yeah, on the same card. That card is going to be so good. So be on the lookout for that one.
Straight up.
Next up, we have Roy McDonald versus David Machado. And this is for April 29th on the PFL. And I believe this is the tournament that they're having, right?
Yes, sir.
Who that Anthony Pettis is also on.
Yep. I love this tournament style of fights. Line them up, knock them down. Let's see who gets to the belt. Who gets to the belt the quickest. I love it. PFL, keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what you're doing. Oh, here we go. Walt Harris, another one of my favorite fighters, versus Marcin Tybura. Tybura. This will be on June 5th, another UFC fight night. And I remember I did one of the edits for, when was it? When it was Cowboy versus Medeiros.
Yes, sir.
And it was Derek Lewis versus Tybura.
Mm-hmm.
I did the poster for that, for the UFC. So,
yep.
Yeah,
and
check that one out.
It was pretty tight, guys.
All right, next up, we have Matt Brown versus Diego Lima.
Yes.
June 19th.
This fight right here is a nice little sleeper, guys.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Don't sleep on it.
Well, that will conclude our fight announcements. Those are it wasn't that many fight announcements. Nah. It was mainly about UFC 259.
Just got to let you guys know what's coming up.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just
got to remind the people. Mi gente. Right.
And for this weekend, guys, fights this week. Make sure to check out Leon Edwards versus Muhammad.
Finally, Edwards gets a fight, man.
I don't even want to jinx nothing because this guy has so much bad luck. I really just want to be like, you know what? I'm excited to see the fight this weekend. That's it. I don't even want to jinx. Yeah. I don't even want to jinx it because I feel like, how many times have I said, "Oh, I'm excited for this fight," and then boom, it falls through. Sometimes
I'd be concerned, like you're the bad. Like, you're the one that's
I'm the bad juju, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I'd be concerned, like, ooh, is this really happening right now? But then I'm like, you know what? Nah.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh. No, I'm just playing.
It is what it is. You know what? It's not my fault.
You
I'm back
know-
on a heater. I'm back on the winning column, so it is
And we're
what
gonna
it is.
keep the positive vibes. And
Yes.
all I know is that as long as my boy's making money, he's happy.
Oh, I'm so happy today. Come into the studio and just all
Cash.
smiles, man.
I love it.
Well, shoot. We're at that point where we want to say thank you for checking us out.
Thank you guys.
And we appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank
We
you
love
for
you.
all the love. And anything else you want to add to it?
I just want to remind the people to be ringside.
Oh, remember, guys, be ringside. We love you. All right? Peace.